If you want to slay your lower belly, try day 7 of my 21-day challenge.
Right then, it's 2023, and despite the overwhelming amount of evidence to suggest otherwise, people still assume that you can spot reduce body fat. Spot reduction is whereby people assume that they can pick a specific place on their body, a specific spot, and reduce body fat around that given area by doing certain exercises to target that area. For example, the person in question in that questionable Instagram video that I've just shown you there is promoting the fact that you can potentially target your lower belly and target the fat loss process in your lower belly by doing some horrendous cocktail of some ab exercises. Now, firstly, spot reduction myth aside, doing core exercises will in fact help build up the strength and muscle in your core. Fantastic, happy days. But what it won't do is reduce body fat in that given area. So spot reduction has been led from the belief that if you build muscle around a certain area, you can actually improve your metabolism in that area. It also comes from some archaic study which suggests that increasing the blood flow around a certain part of your body will also increase the fat loss process in that given part of your body. But not only is that a very old study, there is a bunch of variables which are very inaccurate and they got completely wrong, but there's been a cohort of different research contending that myth and proving otherwise. The reason being is because fat loss doesn't happen in a specific place. Your metabolism isn't independent of one area over another. Your arms don't have a high metabolism compared to your legs. Your legs don't have a lower metabolism compared to your belly, etc., etc. Your metabolism is just a way in which your body survives. It's an overarching thing that happens around your body. It's kind of like the ocean or a swimming pool. If you wanted to reduce the amount of water within a swimming pool, you can't exactly target which part of the swimming pool you want to reduce water from, because you reduce water from the furthest part, the nearest part, or the middle part, it will reduce the water volume all over. You can't spot reduce water from a swimming pool. You've got to focus on reducing the water all over before anything else. And that is much like fat loss within the body. You can't pick a place which you lose fat. Your body will just lose fat overall all at the same time. Targeting certain areas, however, is a way to build muscle and a way to build strength in that given area. And muscle, because it is denser than body fat, a lot of people say that it weighs less than body fat, but that's the incorrect terminology, because if you've got a kilogram worth of muscle and a kilogram worth of fat, they weigh the exact same things. Muscle is denser than body fat, which means it takes up less room. So if you're putting on muscle in a certain place and reducing body fat overall, that specific place is going to look a little bit more defined, it's going to look a little bit more athletic, and it's going to look or have the appearance of being slimmer because muscle is denser than fat and therefore takes up less space. It doesn't necessarily mean that you've lost fat in one area more than the other. It just means that you've built muscle in that area and lost fat overall. Granted, some people do hold fat in more areas than other. Like some people are very, very midriff or trunk fat heavy. Some people are very limb fat heavy. But the way in which you lose fat from that area is focused on losing fat all over, and the fat from that area will reduce in time. We need to stop this assumption that you can focus on a certain area for fat loss, because you can't. You can focus on a certain area for muscle growth, but not to lose fat. Ow. Create a calorie deficit, fat will reduce all over. Do weight training, build muscle in specific areas. Or if you're a complete newcomer, I recommend building muscle all over, building strength all over. That'll happen anyway, because weight training will be completely novel to you, and you will eventually lose fat overall, rather than targeting a certain area and doing some weird, horrendous looking cocktail of ab exercises that make me want to rather guide my granddad into my grandma. I mean, for anyone who's had the misfortune of going to an ab class for 30 minutes, you know how horrendous that's going to be. And as always, what I like to say is, if you consider an exercise a chore, you're most probably not going to want to stick to it for a long enough period of time. So pick exercises which you enjoy doing, which target your abs, or target your legs, or target your shoulders, or target wherever. And then you'll consistently do it. You'll build muscle in them areas, you'll build strength in them areas. That combined with a calorie deficit, losing fat overall, bish bash bosh, you'll eventually get to a point where you like what you see in the mirror. You like what you see in reflections. You're able to wear clothes which highlight your curves, which highlight your figure, which highlight the definition that you've built by doing said exercises. Stop wasting your time focusing on spot reducing body fat, because it just doesn't work. It's a myth. It's archaic. It's something that should be just eradicated from earth, much like mushrooms. Controversial that, but they're minging. But yeah, hope that helps. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a like. Comment below what you think, what your opinion is, what your thought process is, or if you've got any questions, I'd be happy to answer. Or alternatively, subscribe if you want to check the next video out. And if you want any more free fat loss or fitness content without any of the typical bullshit in the industry at the moment right now, such as spot reducing body fat and some weird ass ab workout that I can imagine doing for the life of me, check out my Instagram at k.p_health. Sound.